Listen, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. Marlo is trash for what the fuck she did, and she never should have had them damn kids in the first place.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about it.
Do what I said. Don't make me have to beg. Make sure that I am fed. You know this shit is the best. Yeah. Telling all his friends that I am a super freak. Bitch, I'm classy outside, but I hoe up in them sheets. He ain't never in his life met a woman like me. Better know it damn right, cause her name is She, nigga.
I'm not even about to play this fucking game with y'all. Y'all can get mad at me. Y'all probably gonna get mad at me. But listen, even once I just watch a goddamn review. Because I'm not about to play this game with y'all. So I did reviews for this show a couple of times. I just didn't post it. So let me give y'all my quick overviews of this show up until this point. I don't like Sanya. It's fuck Sanya all day over here. It's Team Drew all day over here. I did not like Drew last season, but I love her this season. I feel like they are ragtagging her this season, bullying her this season, when Drew has literally carried the last 2 seasons, but we will get there. I don't like Sanya. I love the fact that Candy is stepping it up. I like the fact that Marlo is making Candy step it up. However, I want Marlo to stop producing so much, okay? I don't mind Sheree being back, but I don't like the fact that Sheree is constantly on the wrong team and flip-flopping. I like Kenya, and I like the fact that Kenya is not a villain this season, but I do not like the fact that Kenya is claiming to be Drew's friend, okay? Her new friend, but is constantly calling Drew out for something Drew is not wrong for. Okay? Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. Oh, and Fatum, I don't like her. Manietta, I need to see more of. Okay. So we start this motherfucking episode off. It starts off in Sheree's studio. Well, it's not. I don't know. Listen, I don't know who fucking studio it is. It's some podcast. I guess her daughter is like doing like a podcast or whatever. Listen, everybody got a motherfucking podcast nowadays. Everybody and their motherfucking mama want to do a motherfucking podcast nowadays. But okay, just make sure y'all are streaming. Let's start there. Okay, available everywhere. Okay, available everywhere. Okay, so they talking about sex questions or whatever. Sheree is asking. Well, I don't know how it's working, but they talking about sex questions. It's always awkward when you talking about sex with your kid, whatever. But listen, Sheree, you a grandma at this point. Your daughter is old enough. Like Sheree, you pushing 60, she pushing 30. Like. It is what the fuck it is, okay? Your baby been having sex, okay? Then all of a sudden, just for TV purposes, we get the breaking news, okay? And I hate when these TV shows do this shit because it's like, fuck you mean breaking news? Like what is it, Google alerts? Because I don't just get random, or maybe it is that. Maybe these motherfuckers, because you know how vain celebrities are. Maybe it is to the point, but then again, if it's coming to your daughter's phone, why is your daughter getting breaking alerts? Unless somebody messaged her. Chad, I don't know. But all of a sudden, the dude is like, oh, this, that, and the third came out about Tyrone. And Sheree is just like, listen, that nigga wanted camera time. Okay, it sounded like he wrote that article himself. And that nigga just wanted camera time. He knew what the fuck it was. He knew that I was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. He just wanted camera time. He just wanted more fame and press and this, that, and the third. And honestly, I'm already over the Tyrone storyline. I'm over it. Like, I get, like, it would be different if they were in an actual relationship, or this was like an Ashley. Well, no, because I feel like I'm gonna still be annoyed when it comes to Ashley Darby too. Okay, but this would be different if it was like a Kenya Mark situation where there was a marriage, a divorce, and a reason for this shit to be strung out this goddamn long. Okay, but Sheree, okay, you was with this man for 6 years. Y'all reconnected last year. Okay, you just got back on the show this year. Okay. Y'all have not had sex. He was in prison. You're 52. He was a scammer. And we're 9 episodes in. Okay? And by listen, 9 episodes too fucking far along on this goddamn storyline. So I'm sorry if y'all want to hear more about it. I don't. Okay? But I do like the fact that Sheree broke the fourth wall and was just like, he knows that I'm on TV. He knows that we film it. I like the fact that they added that in, because usually they try to edit around shit like that. Like, reality shows don't like breaking the fourth wall like that, But Sheree is like claiming, like, I feel like I was scammed. We'll get more to that later on with her bullshit conversation with Fatum, okay? Because it was a very bullshit conversation, okay? But we not sparing Sheree dumbass over here, okay? We not feeling bad for a bitch that's 52 and old enough to be my motherfucking grandmother. We not feeling bad for her, okay? Bitch, if you was 16, that's one thing. But you 52, 53, 54, old enough to know more, okay? Let's move it the fuck along, okay? So we get to Marlo. I just got a question, and don't Don't kill me, because I know how y'all girls like to tussle. Not that we talking about kids over here. We just talking about Marlo's today, okay? I wonder if she knows the fact that her nephew is gay. And I know some of y'all might be looking at me like, oh, that's where we going? That's such a... Yeah, that's exactly where we going, okay? Because we're going to call out the obvious, okay? We're going to stop acting like we're not even about to play these politic games. And how do you know? How you know what a person's sexuality is? They did not confirm or deny. And what if they're... Okay, well, baby, you look gay. He walk gay, he act gay, he talk gay. Gay, gay, gay. Gay, gay, gay. These niggas is gay on the low. So assuming that he's gay, which is what I think should happen, considering all the goddamn trauma that they're going through and knowing that this boy is 14 years old. Exactly. Let's be mindful of the fact that this is a young kid. This is a teenager. You're going through all of this shit with your mother. Now you're living with your aunt. All of these abandonment issues, codependency issues, you got teenage issues on top of that. You're trying to figure out your sexuality, all of that. All of that is going to be wrapped up into one, okay? And we're not going to sit here and act like, you know, part of the reason Marlo ain't get a peach for a long goddamn time was because she wasn't up here slinging the word faggot left and right. We're not gonna recreate history and erase the past. So I think I'm having the right conversation with the right person that's having a gay person living in a household. So yeah, I just want to make sure that Marlo understands, or, you know, I hope it's a safe place for that to come, but probably not, because I wouldn't trust Marlo again after I trusted you to be my savior and you done kicked me. You told me to get the fuck out your house. We're going to get there though. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Best believe we're going to get there. Okay. Best believe. Shout out to y'all. Did y'all watch Let's Start There? Okay. Episode 2 and 3. Shout out to y'all, okay? Because we've been there, okay? So we're going to get back there, okay? Now, like I said, I don't know if she know her nephew gay, but that is a conversation that's worth fucking having. It's none of my goddamn business, even though it's obvious. It's none of my goddamn business, but again, considering what teenagers go through and then adding on top of the trauma that Marlo has already discussed and that's another piece of layer, okay? Especially as Marlo is still trying to figure out this parenting thing, and I personally feel like she needs therapy, which I am going to get to later. But Marlo definitely needs therapy. And I don't feel like Marlo ever should have been awarded the opportunity to be around these kids. But leave it up to y'all. Y'all feel like every parent deserves a child. And that's not the way that it fucking works. Every child deserves a parent. But every parent does not deserve a child. And Marlo proved that with this episode. Okay. But let's go ahead and move it on along. Okay. So Kenya. We're at Kenya's house. And she has a charcuterie board. Y'all be getting full off that shit. What's the point of that shit? What is really the point of a charcuterie board? Like, y'all really be getting full off of that? So Sonya comes over. Girl, bye. I don't like her. Kenya has a beautiful white house, but all I can think about is, oh my God, my makeup will be every fucking where. Like, Kenya would never invite me over her house because my makeup will literally be every fucking where. Everywhere. So Sonya is having sex everywhere else but her bedroom, apparently, because she like, oh, me and Dookie, what's his name? Ross, they got to get it in everywhere. But, you know, the kids always coming in, so they just got to make time and find time wherever. And I'm just like, see, that's why your ass is mad at Drew. Because all that pent up aggression, okay, that you taking out on Drew, like, you really mad at your fucking husband. You really mad at all of them goddamn people in your family, okay? But now you mad at Drew. Because you saying, oh, I don't know which Drew I'm going to deal with today. I don't know which personality I'm going to get out of Drew. No, baby, you just mad at all the personalities living in your goddamn house. Let's start there. Okay, you really mad at the fact that you can't fuck your husband how you want to, so you're taking it out on Drew. Okay, let's start there. Okay? But Candy calls, and they talk about the Bussy Bandit. Okay, the Bussy Bandit from last episode. Y'all know the little flaming hot Cheeto that went up there to, you know, twirl. And oh, I'm Beyonce's daughter, and I'm Blue Ivy Part 2, and I'm T.I.'s cousin, but no, I don't know nothing about the rape allegations, but I'm a songwriter like Kent. Like, I don't think none of us believe that. Okay, clearly somebody was trolling. Okay, clearly somebody was trolling, but it couldn't be me. Okay, because baby, would have got lit the fuck up. I would have woke the whole city of Atlanta up or Decatur up. I don't know where Candy lived, but the whole city would have been up and it would have been stuck. Okay, talking about she let this nigga off with a fucking warning. With a fucking warning? No, baby. The warning would have been a fucking bullet up your ass to not come back. The warning would have been your life being spared after I done shot your bitch ass up. Don't fucking come back to my house. Don't come back to my baby. A warning. What you mean a verbal warning? No, baby. No, the verbal warning was on the gate when it said "Do not enter, do not trespass." That was the warning. Now we shooting bullets now. We stabbing bitches now. You on territories that you should not be on now. Child, it couldn't be me. It could not be me. Okay, but they get to Kenya versus Marlo, and listen, Kenya and Marlo are never gonna be. I like Kenya and Marlo as friends, but they are never really gonna be close like that because Marlo just don't see it for Kenya because Kenya is a girl that got out and made something of herself. Like I have to understand and consider. Yeah, they are Aquariuses. I'm not really sure what their like charts look like. Because just because you got the same sign as a person doesn't mean shit. It's really ultimately about your rising sign, which is like your time of birth. That's what ultimately depends, you know, how like you are with a person. But you know, they have similar upbringings and whatnot. And I feel like Marlo is always going to present Kenya because Kenya made it out. Kenya made something of herself. And it's almost like put it this way, like Kenya was a what opportunities. Miss America, it was in movies, this, that, and the third. And Marlo had to fuck and scam. And like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, Marlo was still boosting and scamming it. Like, we're not gonna rewrite history. Like, Marlo came through the trenches, okay, had like 30 different fucking mugshots and all of this shit that Kenya did not have to go through. And so there's always gonna be that tension there because there is underlying jealousy. And I hate to put it that way, but it is what the fuck it is. So we're gonna call it what the fuck it is. There's envy and jealousy between well, not between, from Marlo to Kenya. And that's just what the fuck it is. That's just what the fuck it is. Okay, so they're never gonna be friends. Okay, so let's move it on. We get to Sheree and Fatum. Okay, Fatum comes over to Sheree's house. I do not like Fatum. I do not like her. And I do not like the fact that Sheree brought Fatum over a couple of episodes ago. Like, what was that? Episode 2, episode 3, when they had the little tea party. And Fatum literally said out her mouth that Drew's husband was gay. And everybody cursed Drew out. And was like, why you jumping on her? Why you jumping on her? She called, like, Sheree brought her friend around on this show to start bullshit. And she called Drew's husband gay. So once I saw the way all of that shit went down at the tea party, and then even Kenya, who's supposed to be Drew's friend, was like, oh no, you was doing the most with her. Like, I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah, I see how this is gonna go. I don't like Fatum. I don't. I don't. So they started talking about Sheree and her jailbird boyfriend. And again, Sheree is too fucking old. I'm not about to sit here and feel bad for a bitch that's in her 50s. Like, bitch, you knew better. Go deal with your codependency and go deal with your abandonment issues. Like, and then Fatum sitting here with this dumbass advice, like, you weren't stupid. You were just in love, and we all want love, and that's what we are here to do, is chase love. No, we're not here to be stupid and chase love, nigga. We here to practice self-love. We here to love God. We here to follow our fucking life's purpose and life's missions that don't always involve the fucking piece of dick. Like, that's what y'all codependent bitches that need a man do, okay? Like, bitch, you too fucking old. And you dating a nigga in jail and then a scammer at that? Okay, talking about something, I'm gonna withhold pussy from him. Okay, until I know what's good. That, like, ma'am. Sheree, you're dumb. Because everybody getting mama tried to tell you. Nene tried to tell you. Faye just tried to tell you. Everybody tried to tell you. And so your dumb ass, like, I just don't have sympathy for. Like, I appreciate her being a lot more vulnerable this season. I do. They say Sheree really doesn't cry, but this season she's crying left and right. I appreciate it. Do I feel like it's real? Yeah, it's real. Because she real hurt. So, you know what I mean? Like, she looked like Boo Boo the fucking fool on TV, as she should. As she should. Because she understood the assignment when she signed up to do it. She understood the assignment when she signed up for that class. So, baby. Oh, well, baby. You knew what was coming when you saw that syllabus. You knew. So you got the grade that you got. Oh, well. Let's move the fuck on. Like, we're not about to sit here and drag this shit out. Oh, whoa, it's Sheree. Like, Sheree's not 20. She's not 20. Like, even if this was coming from her daughter Tiara, I still be like. But I mean, we live in a fucking patriarchy, and y'all do teach women to worship dick. And I mean, this is like, it all starts in childhood. It all starts in childhood. And see, y'all gonna see how that's gonna connect back to Marlo once we get to her. But whatever. Whatever. Okay, Sheree needs therapy. Sheree needs therapy. She needs to unpack some of that and why she feels like she needs a man. And because here's the thing too, because the whole she by Sheree, everybody's like, where's she by Sheree? She by Sheree ain't never fucking coming. You know why? Because maybe she's just not meant to do it. Y'all gotta stop trying to force destinies onto just because you want to do some shit don't mean you meant to do it. Just because you want to do some shit don't mean you are meant to fucking do it. For example, Adrienne Bailon started off in 3LW, ended up as a host on The Real. Now it's flipping houses. Had she stayed stuck on that whole, I have to be a musician, she would have never been on a TV show, a talk show, an Emmy nominated, an Emmy award-winning TV show, talk show for 9 years. She would have never found out that her passion for flipping houses was even a thing. Like, but y'all be so gung-ho and trying to make fetch happen when it's just not meant everything and for everybody. Just because you can do it don't mean that you should. So I look at it like this. For one, she by Sheree either is not meant to happen or she really is missing her calling by not doing a fitness thing. But people also have to understand, you're like, when you are not good on a soul level, that shit affects all of your life, okay? And I used to go through this with my clients when I would do, spiritual readings and shit like that. Check the description box if you want to book a reading. But when you have these issues, these trauma issues, it manifests in your life in different ways. And so, just because, your daddy wasn't there, you may not understand how that's affecting your job. You might think, oh, it's only going to manifest when it comes to like love and shit like that. But really, it's like, oh, no. The fact that your daddy wasn't there or your mother abandoned you, maybe that's why you're so codependent and you hold on to relationships, or maybe that's why you don't commit to things, period. Not just relationships with people, but to things, period. That's why you have a lack of follow through, Sheree, because, you feel abandoned as a child. And so you're afraid to commit. You're afraid to give your all because what if it turns out to be a success and then it lets you down, or there's a bad day, or this, that, and the third. Like that shit is psychological. It's psychological. So Sheree needs therapy. It's like everybody's sitting here laughing like, oh, why is she by Sheree not a real thing? But especially for me, as I've had to learn and unpacking my trauma over the last couple of years, it's like, we really need to stop laughing at people like that and really start being like, no, for real, what's going on? Because that's a real thing. And it comes from pain. And people don't attach it to, because it's almost like people only think that pain can only come up if it's in regards to another person or a lover. And it's like, no, baby, your childhood trauma can manifest through you fucking eating, the way that you eat, how much you eat. You know what I'm saying? It can resonate through you having your job, or how often you go to work, or what you do for work, or what you don't do for work. Like, it manifests in different ways. And the fact that she by Sheree is still not a thing yet, I'm telling you, it has something to do with her childhood and abandonment issues. I promise you. It's her inability to commit. Okay? Hence why her with Tyrone, that was something she was able to commit to, because it was a control situation where that man was forced to be in jail. Where the fuck was he gonna go? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, even if we have a bad day, this, that, and the third, you still need me. So you're not going to run away. You know what I'm saying? So there's that codependent factor that keeps me attached, and keeps you attached to me. Like, come on. I can read Sheree like a fucking book. Okay? She need to book a reading with me. Speaking of. Okay? Now let's move the fuck on. I did write that Fatum needed a hot comb because they were in the kitchen. And I was like, baby, Fatum, your kitchen. Okay? Because her hair was looking real pretty from the front. But from the back, I said, girl, turn around. Turn around. Just face that way, baby. Okay, so we get to Drew and her mama. Drew is carrying the show. I'm loving Drew's second season glow up. Drew is constantly picked on, like I said. Constantly picked on. And it's just like Drew is carrying this fucking show. Without Drew, what fucking show would there be right now? I mean, I'm sure, okay. Everybody's clocked in and Kenya would probably pick it up somewhere. Okay, fuck all of this shit. Drew is fucking carrying the goddamn show. I said what the fuck I said. Okay? Apparently Ralph is writing a book about step parenting. Okay, cute. We still don't know what Ralph does for money. Apparently, authorizing is one of them, I guess. Drew's storyline is not real, so we're not really going to spend too much time on that. Okay, her storyline isn't really real. Which is I don't like. I don't understand why so many people give Drew so much grief, because honestly, it's like, Drew is harmless. Drew is harmless. It's not like Drew is like Phaedra, where she's literally making accusations that could send a motherfucker to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drew's lies and white lies are harmless and just makes her look silly and stupid. But it's like, we look at Drew as like the little, Drew is a girl that lies a lot, right? She's the girl that comes to school and you like, Oh, and she like, oh, I got an iPhone. And you like, where's that? And it's like, oh, my mother took it away from me because I was being bad, or she ain't want nobody that's, to rob me of it. Like, Drew is that girl. She's the girl that constantly lies, but she don't mean no fucking harm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't understand all the Drew hate, especially this season. Last season, she did the most. This season, let it go. Let it the fuck go. Like, Drew is not that bad of a person. Okay? Now, there are some things, though, that I do want to address. Like, Ralph adopting Josiah. Because Drew brought up to her mother, like, oh, I don't understand why Ralph doesn't want to adopt Josiah. And here's my thing. One thing at a time. Even if we were to believe that Drew's storyline with Ralph is real, why are you in the same breath as fighting with this man and y'all don't even know, like, if y'all marriage is going in the right direction? Why are you in that same breath trying to get him to adopt your child? Like, figure one thing out first, bitch. Figure out if y'all gonna be together or not. Like, let's start there. Like, and this is why y'all bitches be getting divorced, be pissed, be bitter, okay, be having babies that y'all don't fucking want, and y'all babies end up growing up abused as fuck, traumatic as fuck, becoming gangbangers, and then gotta come see me for fucking therapy, because it's just like, y'all try to do too fucking much at once instead of taking care of what's important, taking care of your mental, starting at the beginning. It's like, if y'all don't even have a good foundation, quote unquote, and this is just, because I feel myself giving too much energy, because we know it's fake, but this is just assuming that their storyline is real. If y'all already on shaky foundation, why on earth would you want this man to adopt your child? Moving it along, going back to part of why I did not like Drew last season is because what we're not going to do is say old daddy and new daddy, or whatever the fuck she was calling her kids' fathers. Like, I felt like that was so disrespectful. And then this season, it's like, it doesn't feel like you want, like, it feels basically like the whole adopting thing would be a vanity title. It would be for vanity reasons, and for petty reasons. And I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like if this man is already in his child's life as his stepfather, then leave it at that. Leave it at that. Unless and I feel like this with any situation, unless the other parent has verbally said, and agreed to, and also with a contract and law, so you cannot go back on it. Like, that they don't want any rights to the child or don't want to be involved in this, that, and the third, then stop causing unnecessary fucking drama. And y'all bitches can feel the way that y'all feel about it all. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's still, whether it don't matter whether that man is around or not around. That is still that child's father at the end of the fucking day. And a lot of y'all bitches, y'all get into these situations, and then when shit don't pan out the way that you expected it to or wanted to, and you don't have your fairy tale, then y'all want to try to recreate shit and start erasing shit and start trying to, like, act like the past and that shit irks the shit out of me. And yes, a little bit of personal problems is coming out. Make sure that you're watching the Let's Start There podcast, okay? Because that episode is coming soon. But it's like y'all started trying to retell history and started trying to erase shit and act like shit never existed. And it's just like, no, that's not the way that it works. That man being his stepfather is good enough. It's good enough. But to try and adopt and like this man is dead. Now, if he's completely unbothered and he has literally said and signed away his rights in the court of law, that's another thing. But I'm not about to sit here and trauma bond with you bitches who just mad at your baby daddy because your baby daddy ain't around and just saying the third. You never know what somebody is going through. And we only hearing one story, one side right now. Okay? And miss me with the, but you should still be. We never know what somebody's going through. You never know what somebody's going through, their demons and this, that, and the third. There might be perfectly good reasons. This ain't your story and your situation. So don't come at me with the what good reason would there be to not be we don't know. But like I said, trying to adopt Josiah, that's too far. Unless there were rights given away. That's just my opinion. And I can give a fuck how y'all feel. Okay. Moving into fuck along, they started talking about Sonya versus Drew. Corny. Sonya is corny. Corny is giving a elote, is giving corny, okay? Mexican street taco. That's what Sonya fucking gives me, okay? For a bitch to be from Jamaica, she sure does give me Mexican street taco, okay? We just gonna call that bitch elote, okay? Because no, enote. How about that? Enote. Because she's just corny to me. Fucking corny. Like, you come on this show as Drew's friend, but then want to act like, oh my God, we weren't friends like that. We were just production friends. Okay, but bitch, you were friendly enough, okay? You were friendly enough to fucking call this bitch up when your ass almost got dragged down the goddamn fucking road by a trailer tractor. All them goddamn people living in your goddamn house. Don't get me wrong. I understand you got to get people from the scene to set up the scene, and I get that. I can understand why Drew recalled, okay? But at this point, when you already done introduced us to the Huxtables and everybody that you live in the fucking house with, okay, got a full fucking house of people that you done introduced to this goddamn platform. Why you ain't get the camera crew to come out and film one of them coming to pick your ass up? Okay, and then the way that you just switched on Drew to try to hurry up and get in good with it, like it was just too much too soon, and I'm not feeling I'm not feeling a low tie. Okay, it's a hard no for me. So we just gonna move it on along. Okay, we just gonna move it right the fuck along. Okay, but speaking of a low tie, okay, a low tie, Marlo and Sheree, okay, they all sit down at some, I don't know, they just be going to random motherfucking places, okay? And Marlo is playing victim about her situation with Kenya. I already told y'all how I felt about that, okay? Sonya asked if she cannot go below the belt, okay? Because at some point, Sonya did meet with Kenya. I forgot when that happened. This is how much this bitch is a non-motherfucking factor, okay? But Sonya's like, listen, do you think you can be friends with her without going below the belt? And of course, Marlo, she can't because she don't know how to read. Or like, Marlo comes from the gutter, so that's all that she knows. That's all that she knows, okay? You make Marlo mad, she gonna put the knife in and twist it, okay? Marlo says that she's seeing Sheree's life coach, and I'm like, bitch, Sheree not even seeing her life coach, okay? Let's start there. Because if she was, it ain't working. Okay, so Marlo mentions that she took the boys to the laundromat, and I didn't even realize that until Candy said that on Speak On It, which I did not finish watching, so I don't know what else the fuck she said, but Marlo mentions that she took the boys to the laundromat, and I'm just like, why would she take them to the laundromat? Do they not have I would assume that I don't know, but I know that Marlo is not taking no Gucci fashions, okay? Marlo is not taking no bust downs to no laundromat, so I don't understand if she was trying to teach him a lesson or like if she was being that, like, I don't know. But after watching Candy speak on it, basically Candy and me too, after I heard Candy speak, we basically feel like, Marlo was putting on, okay? Because the way that Candy explained it on Speak On It was like, she felt like the scenes were recorded out of order because the way that Marlo spoke to Candy later on in this episode was a lot more intense and a lot more angry and a lot more emotional than how it was when she sat in this little furniture store or whatever with Elote and Sheree, right? And so, I kind of got that vibe as well, too, because later on she told Candy that she told the boys to get the fuck out. Whereas in this situation, it was just like, yeah, I needed a little vacation. Like she said it real nonchalant. But if y'all notice throughout the episode, it's like, well, throughout the episodes of the season period, we've been hearing all about her being a Monty and this, that, and the third. And this is the first episode where it's just like, oh, they've been bad and they've done this and they've done that and da. And so as I heard Candy kind of explain it, I was like, no, you're right. That does kind of sound like she's trying to, it's almost like justify however she came at the boys, like trying to like, because she doesn't want to, it's almost like, okay, she filmed with Candy, went home, thought about it. Maybe somebody pulled her to the side and was like, hey, listen, this is not going to be a good look. It's looking like you just abandoned them, da. And like, she's trying to find ways to justify why she told them to get the fuck out. Because honestly, she looks trash. She does. Because Marlo's talking about how she kicked the boys out and they wasn't washing this and they wasn't washing that and the mildew in the clothes. And Marlo, you're trash. Marlo should never have been afforded the opportunity to have those boys in the first place. And I don't care. Y'all can argue me all motherfucking day. I don't care, bitch. That's why I'm back. That's why this channel is going to be a commentary channel, because y'all bitches think y'all know it all and you don't. Okay, you don't. Okay? Y'all bitches in the world. Okay, y'all bitches in the world, y'all think y'all know it all and you don't. This is why motherfuckers need therapy. This is why so many motherfuckers is going through it now. This is why mental health is in shambles, because a lot of people out here just making dumb ass decisions based on nothing. Y'all sitting here telling Britney Spears that this bitch needs a fucking baby 2 months after she got out of the fucking conservatorship. That's the world that we live in. Motherfuckers want to trauma bond over the experience of being a mother, but nobody knows what it's like to be a good mother. It's crazy. Ooh, because we can really go there, baby. We can really go there. It's like we all want to trauma bond over the experience of motherhood. But when we say motherhood, we're not talking about being an actual mother. No. Y'all just mean the process of creating a baby. Okay, because y'all spend more time being worried about that than actually raising a decent fucking human being. Why? Because a lot of motherfuckers themselves have not dealt with their trauma. And yet they want to go and raise a baby like that's supposed to. All your trauma doesn't go away once because you push the human being out of your vagina. Just like all your trauma doesn't go away because you jump into a relationship. Just like all your trauma doesn't go away because you get into a marriage. Okay, having a baby does not solve shit. Okay, in fact, it makes it worse. It pushes the generational trauma even further. It reopens a cycle. It creates a brand new cycle, right? And so Marlo is somebody who clearly has a lot of undealt with trauma. And if that much is not already evident from the way that she curses people out and she cuts to the core, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of that is so fucking obvious that she still has things that she is dealing with. And her getting those boys was not accident. It was not by design. It was purposely set up by the universe to force her to open up those can of wounds, those can of worms, right? But I don't think those boys needed to stay in her custody. I don't. Because how can they be in a healthy, loving, stable environment when the person that they're living with isn't even healthy or loving enough and stable enough within their own right mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't care. Y'all can listen. I don't give a fuck. I don't care because I know what I was doing over the pandemic. Okay, while everybody was freaked the fuck out and this, that, and the third, I know what I was doing. I was healing motherfuckers. I was helping motherfuckers through their trauma. Okay, so when I speak, it's coming from an actual place. I know what the signs are. Because I've helped heal motherfuckers through them. And Marlo is not ready. She's not ready. And this episode fucking proved that, because you kicking these kids out, you missing your old lifestyle, you know, or at least that's how it's coming off. Okay, of course, that's what we're all gonna just sit and assume, because you just kicking them out and you immediately going back to your life. And you're talking about something, oh, I need a break. I need 30 days this time. You can't do that. You can't pick these kids up and put them down, especially after they've already gone through trauma and you're supposed to be their savior and they do one wrong thing and they get kicked out. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And I personally been through that situation too. And I actually talked about it too on episode 2 and episode 3 of my Let's Start There podcast. So definitely make sure that you guys go watch that and listen to it on all networks or whatever, streaming networks. Because I've definitely been through that, where, you know, I come from a problematic ass family, and then my aunt was supposed to be my savior and, you know, dealt with me for a year and then kicked me out over the simplest of shit. And like I said, go watch the episode so you can figure out why it was that she had kicked me out. But it was literally over some petty shit like Marlo. And so I know what that feels like. And it does create another wound. It makes you, like, in no world would I agree with what Marlo did. In no world. But it needed to be done. Better now than never. Okay. Because because the universe is tricky. Because everybody is a part of an assignment, and whether we like it or not, good things happen bad things happen to good people all the goddamn time. So it's like, you know, we might want to sit here and be like, well, at the expense of the kids and this, that, and the third. And it's like, yeah, because that's part of their trauma that's going to force them to be whoever they're meant to be. And, you know, that's part of their assignment that they took on before they came to this earth. And that's part of their life mission, you know? So it sucks that they had to go into Marlo's care to now be ripped out of her care. And now the trauma that starts, you know, with the resentment between them, that sucks. But that's it just is what it is. That's part of the assignment. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're all co-writing and co-producing, you know, and working on this. It's like a joint project that we're all working on, right? But we all have our part that we play. And Marlo never should have had those kids, but she needed them to wake up her trauma that she has not dealt with inside, and they needed her. So sounds unfortunate, but they are going to resent her. That is going to cause deeply rooted issues for them that they'll have to later work out, that will ultimately be a part of a bigger plan, whatever that is. You know, so it sucks that all of that had to happen in that way. But yeah, like I said, there will never be a world in which I agree, like, oh, like, yeah, Marlo, go take a break and da-da-da. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. You cannot pick them kids up and put them down. You cannot. It does not work like that. And like I said earlier, Marlo needs to tread especially carefully, you know, especially for somebody that's known to throw out the faggot word, okay? Like, because you might have one inside your house, and then especially with all of this going on, yeah, like that does complicate shit, okay? Yeah, so we get to Sheree's sex party. And Sheree's confessional with the blonde hair, it's giving me everything. Like, it's giving me fucking life. Like, I actually love, that's my favorite hairstyle ever, is when, like, girls have, like, the, you know, half up, half down with the two. It's giving me everything. But definitely with that blonde hair, that's the best that I've ever seen her look. The best that I've ever seen Sheree look. what is a sex party though? Okay, because it's supposed to involve dicks and pussies, and I'm just like, why every time girls get together they want to do some gay shit? Why? Get the fag off the TV. I am not watching that. Okay, that's what it's given. Okay, and why is the damn sex party starting at 6 p.m.? I said, who starts a sex party at 6 p.m.? Okay, and not Candy being on time. I said, look, Candy knows she ain't sleeping over. Okay, and so Sheree basically said that she invited everybody, including Drew. Okay, um. That's when the whole Fatum versus Drew comes back up again, and I'm just like, bitch, you called her husband gay. Okay, we're not gonna let you forget that. Okay, and then Fatum brings up the fact that her little weird ass went and got a fucking background check done on Drew. Listen, I don't care. Y'all need to deal with y'all trauma against Drew because Drew is doing nothing wrong this fucking season. Yes, Drew's storyline with Ralph is fake, but that aside, it's harmless. It's not hurting nobody. The way that y'all sit here and go up for Phaedra every fucking week, it's fine. We're gonna let Drew rock the fuck out with her fake ass storyline. It's fine. But Drew is not coming for nobody unless they come for her, and we're like, how you can watch this and not see that Drew is really being attacked right now? Like, you would have to hate Drew because this bitch who does not even know her goes into does a background check on her. But y'all still gonna find a way to flip this shit, just like y'all did when it came to Fatum calling Drew's husband gay. Y'all gonna find a way to still flip this shit because y'all don't like Drew, or y'all gonna act like it didn't happen, or act like you didn't hear that it happened. But okay, it's given single African female. That's what the fuck it's given. So Marlo is best dressed. She comes in. The girls go downstairs for the party. They show that Candy is the only one, whipping the sexual tricks. And listen, Candy is not a freak hoe. I don't care what Bravo tries to show. I don't care what Candy claims that she is. Candy is sensual because Candy is a Taurus. And as a Taurus, we're very sensual. We're very sexual. We like sex. We're very sensual. Cool. But Candy is not a freak hoe. She's not hanging from chandeliers. She ain't fucking on the rooftop, okay? She's not getting fucked down on a yacht in the middle of Maldives. Like, that's not Candy. That's not Candy. That's not Candy. Portia, maybe. But Candy, that's not her. But we just gonna let Bravo keep trying to shove it down our throat that Candy is this big, nasty Petey Pablo freakily, okay? So, let's see. Lisa. We got Lisa Wu, okay? If y'all don't know who Lisa Wu is, she was on an earlier season. I didn't really see her on that season. I didn't remember that season. I didn't watch it, okay? I fell in love with Lisa on one of Carlos King's show. One of his shows, I think it was Hollywood Divas. That's why I fell in love with her, and she's a good time. She's a good time, and she was definitely a good time on this episode because the way that her and Elote was getting back and forth into it, I said, come on. You better drag the fuck out of Elote. You better drag the motherfucking fuck out of Elote. I was like, yes, bitch. Yes. I was not expecting her to turn up like that. Okay. Lisa, like, she started talking and immediately I was like, when her voice gets so hood. Okay. She sucked the Asian right up out of her soul. I said, God damn, when the fuck Lisa gets so motherfucking hood? Child. So we got naked models. Okay. We got naked models going all around. We got girls, we got boys, we got dicks, we got asses. We just got everything hanging the fuck out. And I'm just like, isn't this the same group of bitches that were just complaining about vibrating panties a couple of episodes ago? Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Because this is what Candy was trying to say, but nobody was trying to hear Candy because y'all felt like Candy was just trying to be like a Bill Cosby and like, no, but this is what Candy was trying to say. It was like, don't sit here and clown me and then pick and choose when y'all want to be sexual, even though you have that right. But still, it's like, don't nobody like that fugazi shit, right? So Marlo says that she need to go wash her hands because it's time for dinner. And I'm like, why is she the only one washing her hands? And why y'all playing with dicks and bowls before y'all eat? Like, how are you eating pussy before dinner? I don't understand. Okay. But listen, that's when Marlo and Candy started getting into it. Marlo started telling Candy about her situation with the boys, and I already tell y'all how I felt about that. Like I said, I watched Candy speak on it, and listen, I don't know what else to say. Marlo is trash for kicking them boys out. She's trash for kicking them boys out, and they do not need to go back and live with her. Now, Marlo, just go live your rich auntie fantasy and leave them boys alone. the only sad part is I don't know if them living with her sister who already has a full house, I think of like 4 kids, and so now it's 6 kids in one house. I don't know if that'll make it any better. But at the end of the fucking day, everybody in his life is going to have trauma, including kids. That's where it starts. And so it's really just about picking the best scenario for them. But them kids are going to go through trauma regardless. It's not avoidable. You know what I'm saying? It's unavoidable. So, like I said, Lisa Wu versus Sonya. Drew versus Fatum again. Drew calls her a stalker, which she fucking is. She's a fucking stalker. She's very weird. Kenya reveals the background check. The girls party. Sheree cleanses her coochie, and I'm just like, why? Why is the bitch whose coochie never got dirty to begin with trying to cleanse her coochie? Make it make sense. Now, Drew, here's my one thing with Drew. Because I did not like the whole adoption thing. And I definitely damn sure did not like the whole spirituality comment. Like, I don't like, especially when you're on the phone talking to a prophet or a psychic, but then you can't understand the whole holistic approach when it comes to, the cleansing and all. Like, that'd be the thing with y'all motherfucking black people. Because it's black people. It's a black people thing. That's that ignorant shit. It's like, you can't believe in God and believe in spirits, but then want to say that shit that you don't understand as demons and bad. Like, make it fucking make sense. Like, how do you believe in God and how do you believe, when a loved one passes on, you can feel their spirit, but then you don't believe in shit like astrology, or you don't believe in, sage, or all of this shit goes together and you sound dumb. And I'm gonna just leave it at that because it's 2 a.m. I don't feel like getting agitated. Okay, Marlo versus Kenya again. I don't remember what happened, but child, again, all I know is that Marlo constantly drags it, and then Marlo will constantly run and play victim, and then now Marlo's new thing is, oh, because I'm going through so much, and I had to kick my kids the fuck out, and that's why I'm. So I hope y'all motherfucking enjoyed this. Okay, make sure that y'all hoes go and stream my new motherfucking music. Like, you give a damn, okay? And make sure that you comment below, okay? Like, I give a damn, okay? And remember, if I didn't say it, it wasn't said. It wasn't said. All right? So I love each and every one of y'all. And HZ boo. Mwah. And see, that is what we're going to go ahead and end this video. Now remember, if you hated me for that opinion, don't worry, girl. There's a lot more where that came from. Just make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe and turn your notifications on. For extended videos and exclusive content, including full episodes of my new weekly podcast, let's start there. Make sure that y'all go ahead and subscribe to patreon.com/Sky Santana. And also, make sure that y'all join the bandit mailing list in the description box, so that way, y'all hoes never miss a video. Make sure that y'all follow me on Twitter so that we can engage and argue back and forth, and, just stay tuned for the hot shit that's coming to you, bitch. Okay? I love y'all. Bye.
Nothing for free. I cuss a lot.